Today I'd like to showcase my Monticola bowl. I put more than one Monticola in this pot so that I would have a nice full look. Sometimes these tend to grow up and have like bare stems, so I wanted to have as many of them as possible in one pot to give it a lush look. So one of the things you'll see here is that under the light, the Monticola has a really nice red edge to it, and then it has new leaves growing from the center. Some people have said they're slow growers. While that is, I guess, technically true, I find that they're very prolific offsetters. They have a lot of new splits coming in at different times. And then if their little heads break off, you can propagate them very easily. In some cases, you could probably leave them in the same pot where the mother plant is. I tend to move them to another pot and see how big I can get the propagations before I move them into another pot. I do have to say that these are really one of my favorite succulents. They're just so chunky and so pretty. They do well in this environment, so I don't have to worry too much about taking care of them improperly in this environment. So they make very good house succulents. I can't imagine what they'll look like outside. They must be really incredible outside. I have so many of them at this point that might be a good experiment to see what an outside Monticola would look like. This particular offshoot here, you'll get an example of how it grows, how the leaves will come out from the center and continue to grow in an upright, like an alternating leaf manner. I do believe that mine may be a little bit overwatered. They're very chunky, but I don't lose many leaves on these, so I have to say that this plant is enjoying how it's being treated enough that it's thriving. So here's an example of where it's going to branch off. It broke out into two little heads that will come up into new branchings. The thing to keep in mind with the heads on these is they can be very delicate and you can knock them off by accident, but every little head that you knock off by accident can become a new propagation. And I've gotten a number of plants just by accidentally doing that. Of course, you could do it on purpose as well. And where you cut off one of the heads, you're going to get two in return. So it's always really fun to watch. And then depending on your conditions, they could grow kind of fast. I've had some that have started growing the secondary leaves very quickly after I've accidentally pruned them.